TinFun manages to raise $60 million in deposits for their public raffle. The presale meta continues to go strong, and NFT projects see price action around token airdrop speculation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. Today I want to discuss what has happened in the market over the last few days, as well as some trends that I am seeing. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice, and if you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button? First off, TinFun has over 25,000 Ethereum, which is roughly $60 million at current market prices, deposited into their public raffle system, which, if you ask me, is very bullish for this project and just shows you how many people are trying to get their hands on this NFT. Now, obviously, they don't get to keep this money. Hopefully they don't rug, but this is a raffle. So a majority of these funds are going to be returned to their rightful owner. But still, this project is expected to do extremely well. I know whitelist was selling for over $1,500. So I do expect it to have a floor of above 1 ETH, but big congrats to LaserCat and the rest of the TinFun team. I originally covered this project months ago and then I revisited it last week. So I'm really happy we managed to get 15 guaranteed whitelist spots for Gorilla Labs. Next up, the presale meta continues to go strong. I'm seeing project after project launch a presale for a portion of their supply, which I totally understand on their end. It allows them to sell the NFTs and guarantee themselves some money and not have to risk doing this grandiose public sale in a period of, like, if it doesn't sell out in 1 hour, people are going to FUD it. So I do think we're going to see this become more and more common. And I also see mixed feelings from community members who are getting access or not getting access to these pre-sales, which I understand that as well. But a lot of people were becoming quite frustrated with the whole first come first serve gas war for a lot of these mints, especially on a free mint, and doing these pre-sales doesn't fix it for free mints. But if you or your community are interested in getting access or allocation to a project, working with them to do pre-sales, collecting that money is a really good alternative. Now, of course, you have to be bullish on the project and expect it to be higher than what you're putting in, because with a pre-sale, you don't get to check if it's flippable on the secondary market. But if you have that conviction, it's a win-win for both communities as well as the project. Now, there have been a ton that are coming across my desk. One that we did manage to get spots for in Gorilla Labs, both pre-sale and the whitelist, is Zokio. These guys are building their very own anime brand. They've already worked on a ton of animes in Web 2, so they know how to do this. And they do have a few trailers on their Twitter, which are extremely high quality. So I am excited to see what they are going to be able to pull off. However, their method of doing pre-sale, they had 3 phases. They had a public pre-sale, which was a soulbound token. This was discounted at 0.04. Then they had community pre-sales. This is where we got in, which was again discounted at 0.06. And then they have their public mint, or their whitelist mint, coming up on January 24th, which is going to be 0.08. So I do like this discounted meta, because projects are saying, if you trust us, if you want to give us your money first, be first money in, and we might not sell out, the mint might flop, we're going to give you a discount so you get in cheaper than people who buy in at a later date. Now, the second one that we're trying to lock down spots for is Way to Gods. I covered this one, I believe, last week in much greater detail, so I'm not going to dive into it in this video. I'll link it above if you want to watch that. However, this is the second collection out of the Metaria team. Their first project has a roughly 1 ETH floor. It's going to vary by the time you see this video, but that 1 ETH floor is giving people a lot of confidence, especially that the mint for this collection is 0.088. So I do know people are ready to absolutely send for this one, because in my opinion, not financial advice, opinion, the odds that it goes under its mint price are pretty low, especially when there's a good chance they have a token and they have the partnership with MOCA brands. Another one which you might have heard of is called Golden Tides. We did do a community play test for this one, and anybody who played gets a guaranteed free NFT during their mint. However, this is a cool game. It's a MOBA, so if you play League of Legends, it's a little bit like that in terms of the mechanics. However, the map layout and everything is very different. But they also did a pre-sale for their 11 characters, again discounted, but that one did already sell out. One that we're still trying to lock down is called Petopia, and this is a 5K supply. I believe they're trying to sell 4,000 in pre-sale. The game is already available to test on both iOS and Android, so I really like that. I tried it out myself. It plays really well. Basically, you have to make it through a series of 20 stages while leveling up your character and collecting different gear, and then between each chapter, you're able to upgrade your character, equip that gear, gear and upgrade that gear. Now, the one negative I did hear about this project is that it's by the Pegaxi team, which I'm not too familiar with Pegaxi. I did hear the word rug being thrown around. I think the word rug gets thrown around way too easily. I'm not saying they did or they didn't, but most games in Web 2 fail. They fail to get like 10,000 daily active users at one period of time, or 10,000 users just in general, not even daily active users. And just think about it yourself. Like, how many games do you play on a regular basis? You probably play League or Valorant or Apex or PUBG, whatever the game is, but you're not rotating between 20 different games playing them daily. You have the games that you and your friends like, that you're grinding and you're trying to get really good at. I don't see why people expect, because it's Web 3 and you paid for assets, that all these games are going to be able to become massive successes and have millions of daily active users. The reality is most of these games and most projects, just like companies in Web 2, are going to fail. So it's not a rug if you lost money on it. It's not a rug if they did their best to deliver the product they were telling you they're going to build and they failed. It's only a rug if they had no intention of building it in the first place and they just take the money, shut down, and run away. So like I said, regardless of the Pegaxi stuff, this is one that I'm excited to talk to the team about, and hopefully we can get some pre-sale spots for my community. But this wasn't supposed to be about FUD, even though the next project does have also some FUD around it. This was about the pre-sale meta, right? After Overworld did extremely well and they gave away like 3,500 spots in pre-sale, or not gave away, they did pre-sale where you could pay for it in advance. A lot of projects are copying this method. Now, one that is extremely hyped and is also doing pre-sale is CryptoUndead. This is on Solana, so it's a lot more common for Solana projects to do pre-sales. It's nothing new to Solana. They either do that or they make it that the collection is not tradable until it fully mints out. But for this project, all the communities I'm checking, everybody's putting it in like the want whitelist section of that Discord, and they all want to fully ape it. Now, we did manage to get 40 spots of pre-sale for my community for this project, which is really good considering Guerrilla Labs currently has roughly 70 members without counting the team. We already ran this, so don't DM me trying to get in. I'm picking very slowly. Like, there's a lot of demand to get in. I don't want to open the floodgates and bring it back to 100 members right now. I'm just hand picking people that I think could add value to the community. So this is not a place for noobs. This is a place for people who are actively in Web3, who have been in Web3 for 2 years. They saw the last cycle. They understand the culture. They understand the metas. But back to CryptoUndeads, both the whitelist and the presale are incredibly hype. I've seen the presale sell for up to 20 Solana, and I assume that doesn't count the price that you have to put in. The presale for this is going for 2.5 Sol. I think the whitelist is going to be 3 Solana. Don't quote me on that, but that means they're raising roughly 2.5 mil. If it's 3 Solana, a little bit more, between 2.5 and 3 million. However, like I said, they are also getting a little bit of FUD. I did see this post saying like Dollar, the founder of CryptoUndeads, has worked on another project in the past, which he rugged. Again, throwing around the word rug, which I'm not denying that cyber pharmacies did rug or whatever, they failed. But from what I can tell, he wasn't the founder of that project. He was just on the marketing team. So he was helping them. He was either a paid employee or a hired consultant. So again, is every project that has ever rugged, is the entire collab team, are they all ruggers? Like, they just took a job and they tried to give different communities access to that project. They had no idea. I've done consulting before in the past. If a project dies after 8 months, like, does that make me a rugger? That's up to you to decide. Also up to me to decide what I think about myself. However, I do find it interesting how we pick and choose. I'm assuming this person didn't have whitelist, or their community didn't get whitelist or whatever for this project. That's what I'm seeing. If you have whitelist, people are extremely bullish. If they don't, or they got denied, they're like so angry and they're out to destroy a project. But it's funny how, like, I don't want to pick on this person. Okay, they got it got a ton of traction. That's why I'm using it as my example. They have a Milady. Miladies are known for being really good at meme coining, right? At trading meme coins, but also launching a ton of meme coins. Every coin that they've ever bought, like, did they go check, oh, is this person gonna rug? No, they just thought the token was gonna do really well and make them money, and they didn't care about the long term of the token. So it reminds me of this tweet that I once saw by DJ Spartan. I don't know why he deleted it, but it's everything's a scam, shut up and make money. So as long as something isn't a honeypot or isn't a drainer, because that is wrong, that is theft, that is directly scamming you. Like, who cares? If something's hype, whether there's FUD around it or not, if you think it's going to do well, I don't know, the way I look at it, I don't care. I'm here at the end of the day to make money. So if I think something's hyped and a good trade, I'm going to trade it. If I think something's a good hold, I'll hold it until a certain price. And if we look at the most recent collection that had a ton of FUD around it on Bitcoin ordinals, which was Node Monkey, like a ton of people faded this, including myself. There was a lot of FUD around it. They ended up selling for 0.03 Bitcoin, which is roughly $1,400, which is really expensive for a 10K collection. However, they hit like an all-time high of 0.27 Bitcoin. So you could have bought this and then traded it for like $11,000 or $12,000 profit. So again, FUD could end up being good because it's getting so much attention and so many people are talking about it. So moving on, the next meta that I'm seeing, again, it's the token meta, but there's a bunch of projects now that are releasing separate Twitters for their token. It's funny, they're all calling it Foundation, I guess for like legal reasons. But the first one is San Fran Tokyo. I've been talking about this one since sub 0.1 Ethereum. They hit an all-time high of 1.4 Ethereum. So over a 14x trade if you bought the bottom and traded the top. They also have different tiers. So if we check the tier 2, it is currently at 1.55 ETH. And if we check the tier 3, it is right now at a 4 ETH floor, meaning I sold mine pre-reveal at a 90% discount. So you guys know that I had a lot of these. I did start to take some profits as they were moving up. I think I had 11, I sold 3, so I had 8 left. Now I have sold even more because my target was always between 0.8 and 1 ETH. I personally did not expect them to go all the way up to 1.4. They have settled around 1.2 Ethereum, but I did take some profits, although I am still holding multiple because I do feel they have room to grow. And if they go down, back down to like 0.8 or something, it could be a good pickup. Now that was San Fran Tokyo with their ANIM3 Foundation. Another project that seems like they're launching a token is Azuki, which is something people were hinting at for a very long time. We have this WEEB3 Foundation Twitter account, which sent all 3 or all 4 Azuki collections to the moon. They have slightly corrected, like the elementals went all the way up to 0.9. They did have a pretty harsh correction. Azukis themselves went from 6 to 8 Ethereum. They are back down. They're still above 7, but they are a little bit down, and also beans. But comparing this to San Fran Tokyo, I prefer the Azuki ticker with anime, just the classic anime word, whereas San Fran Tokyo, it seems like they're going with anime with a 3 at the end, which in my opinion is not as strong as just straight up anime. But pure speculation, I feel like there's a chance they're working together. Like they both have the same ticker, and if you compare the art from Weebox or San Fran Tokyo, like that girl art, with the art that they're showing on the WEEB3 Foundation Twitter, they look quite similar, especially the eye, which it's like this diamond crystal eye. So maybe there's a chance that they are going to be working together and doing something in the world of anime. Now seeing Azuki, of course, got me wondering, okay, what's next? Like, are we going to see Pudgy Penguins finally come out and announce a token? The floor price of their collection has been an absolute roller coaster. If we look at this chart, it's just been trading up, down like crazy. Great swing trade if you have the conviction to trade this. But the third token to complete this trifecta is MOCAverse with their MOCA token, launching the MOCA Foundation Twitter account. Now, unfortunately, I'm not cool enough to have access to follow this, so I can't see if they've tweeted anything already, but the NFTs did break through for Ethereum on this leak, or they didn't really announce it. People found it and posted about it, but the NFTs are doing really well. Now, last but not least, the hypest mint of the week is without a doubt Age of Dino. It is going to be a Dutch auction for 80% of their supply, ranging from 0.59 Ethereum all the way down to 0.2. The mech pals do get to bid first for 30 minutes, and it does feel like they're setting this up to sell out at that top price, especially that they just announced this bid to earn mechanic where you're going to get an allocation to their Age of Dino token if you just have a bid in. So I do feel like a ton of people are going to be bidding to try to take advantage of this, but if I had to guess, I would guess that it's going to sell out at the top range of this auction. So I'm personally going to be bidding. I do think these can do well, especially with the success of Overworld, and this one is happening on January 10th. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and got value out of it. If I sounded a bit funny, I have been under the weather for the last day or two, but I did want to get this video out for you. If you like that, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what project you're looking forward to in the comments section down below. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.